Sanmanani, good day, goeiedag, afsheni, dumelang, dumasiari, zinalanga Mpho, aka the Modern Financial Advisor, and in today's video, dikoambanga to differences between funeral cover and life cover 2.0. Just kidding, guys. Just continuing from the previous video that we made, we were highlighting the key differences between funeral cover and life cover. Today, we're going to be breaking down still the two products. Now, before we get into the video, do remember that none of my videos are personal financial advice. If you're looking for personal financial advice, speak to your financial advisor. If you don't have a financial advisor, contact the relevant financial institution that you would like to work with, and they will allocate a financial advisor who will tailor a financial plan that is suited to your needs. Right, so let's get right into it. So in the previous video, I was just highlighting the key differences between what life cover is and what funeral cover is. And the main thing that we spoke about is that on funeral cover, there's no underwriting, however, there are waiting periods. And then on life cover, there is underwriting involved, underwriting, which is a risk assessment. So today, we're going to be breaking down the two products. When it comes to funeral cover, we'll be looking at funeral plans that give you a cash lump sum, and we'll also be looking at funeral cover or burial covers. Still a funeral cover, but then you have institutions that actually provide burial cover or burial services when you take out a funeral plan with them. Right, so let's get into the difference between a funeral cover and a burial cover. Simple, self-explanatory. If you take out a funeral cover, for example, most of the funeral covers that you would take out with a bank or an insurance company would give you a cash lump sum, a payout. And with that cash lump sum, you need to buy your coffin, you need to buy your groceries, you need to buy anything that is related to the funeral gravesite and all of that, right? You know, oh guys, I didn't even know that even when you die, you have to buy land. Yeah. Anyway, so a funeral cover, mostly that comes from a bank or an insurance company, would give you money for you to cater for those needs. Whereas with a burial cover, and we find these gobo, the society where you're contributing a certain amount of money with the society that we have within our communities, especially in our African communities, that give you a coffin. So whichever plan that you're going to select, obviously same as funeral cover, your payouts, you choose whatever plan that you want and it pay out that specific amount that you have chosen. Same as a burial plan or a burial cover, you select the plan that you want and then you contribute whatever premium that is allocated to that specific plan. Some will say we'll give you a coffin, we'll pay for the grave, we'll give you 5,000 rands towards your groceries. They give you a cow. Some even have a tombstone benefit, so they even give you a tombstone for a specific amount. So obviously they have a budget. So if you want a plan that gives you a casket instead of a coffin, obviously you'll have to go for a higher plan. If you want a plan that's giving you, you just want a cheap plan, you're just getting a coffin and then maybe the grocery, you don't want a tombstone as yet, maybe the base level cover, then you would select that. So that would be the key differences between the two. When you have a funeral cover that gives you a cash payout, you then go and approach a funeral parlor. So funeral parlors are the ones that actually are most likely to have burial covers as well. So you go to the funeral parlor, they do a quote for you to say that, okay, for a coffin, this is how much you're going to pay for this. And so a lot of them also have those packages, but then now you just come cash with the payout that you got from your bank. Clear? Makes sense? That is the difference between, there's still both funeral cover, but then you get funeral covers that gives you burial covers and some cash component. So if you have a cash component, it's normally like maybe 5,000 rand or 10,000 rand towards groceries and when people come, those kind of things that happen, or transport, going to arrange funeral, petrol, and all of that, right? So that is a burial cover. And then let's go back to your life cover. Some life policies do give you a funeral cover, not all of them. Some would be like, okay, from your life cover payout, let's say, for example, you have R1 million life cover, and when you submit a death claim, they give you an advance from your R1 million. So they'll say maybe we'll give you 50,000 Rand or 60,000 Rand upfront within, after you submitting claim forms. Obviously, they still need to do their investigations, and a life cover payout takes longer than a funeral cover payout. Remember, in the previous video, I did mention that funeral covers take about 24 to 48 hours upon the financial institution receiving the relevant documentation for them to process the claim. Whereas with life cover, we need to check if it's not suicide, we need to go through the postmortem, all of that, right? So some life covers will have that option where they pay you maybe 50,000 Rand, 30,000 Rand towards funeral costs. In fact, when you do a financial needs analysis, you already have an estimation of what funeral costs will be. Normally that costs about like 15,000, 20,000, but then obviously we know funerals are not 15,000. So that's that. And then within your life policies, so there are three different types of life policies. So you have a normal life cover where you're covering yourself, the life assured, and then there are business life insurances where are most likely to be taken by business owners if you have business partners, or you can seed that towards your bank if you have taken out a business loan for your business. And then we also have key man policies, which are still business life policies. And the key man policies, it's mainly for the mastermind of the business, whoever that came up with the idea of the business, or whoever that has the brains of running that business. But anyway, we'll get into that. As we continue, we'll get to break down what a key man policy is, what a business life cover would entail, and what a personal life cover would entail. So those are the two differences still within those two different products. So dito ilicha apha namusi, have a good one.